All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for 9 minutes with me here from Rosie's Corner on a Fish Friday. It smells amazing as always. Come on down, get your fish sandwich or your dinner. You get it with the mac and cheese, or you can get it with the French fries and the coleslaw. I say just get the fish and get everything with it, right? Pay a couple extra bucks and get some sides for later on in the day as well. Come on tonight, you can get pizza, wings, pasta, hot and cold, subs, and more here at Rosie's Corner, a proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter, available for delivery, for Grubhub. Of course, you can like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram. Let's talk some Bills and Rams. It's going to be this Sunday in Orchard Park, obviously. No fans yet again in this one. And boy, I think the main story for the Bills, before I give my few keys to this game, is the injuries. It came down today that Zach Moss, a running back, will not be playing for the Bills, so the Bills will probably have to lean a little bit on Yeldon and obviously Devin Singletary as your first back on the depth chart. But I'm more worried, technically speaking, here about the defensive side of the ball, because Matt Milano was limited in practice again yesterday. Tremaine Edmonds was limited in practice yesterday. Mario Addison did not practice yesterday. You take a look at Teron Johnson now, the cornerback. He was limited in practice yesterday as well. And that bodes really difficult for the Buffalo Bills, because the Rams look a lot more like the Super Bowl representative from a couple of years ago than last year's dud. Sean McVay's offense looks a lot more active. It looks a lot more ready to play football. They're mobile. Jared Goff has been throwing the ball extremely well this year with better touch than he did last year. They've got a plethora of weapons. They have healthy weapons. Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods and company. They've got Cam Akers doing his thing as well. That bodes very difficult for the Buffalo Bills, because you've got to be able to control the middle of the field if you're the Bills against that Ram offense, a potent offense that's constantly moving around. Wide receivers are in constant different spots. 1 minute they're on the end, 1 minute they're in the slot, the next minute they're going deep, the next minute there's a double crossing pattern, the next minute Goff is handing off a draw play, they're doing screen plays, slants. That offense is loaded, and if the Bills are really hamstrung again on defense, especially with the two main guys, the patrol guy in the middle in Tremaine Edmonds and, of course, Matt Milano, they're also two of the best tacklers on the team. That's going to be extremely difficult. So for me, the storyline here is going to be the Bills' injuries. Remember, last week against the Miami Dolphins, the Buffalo Bills defense started to come undone in the middle of the field, because right away, Ryan Fitzpatrick was actually attacking the weak corner side, which was Levi Wallace, who was absolutely horrific. And then from there, the middle of the field opened. Well, there's nobody there because there's no Tremaine Edmonds, and on the outside there's no Matt Milano. So could be a huge problem if the Bills are missing multiple defensive guys on Sunday against this Ram outfit. And, of course, now we get to the keys of the game between the Bills and the Rams. I think number one is going to be, for sure, the continued Brian Daboll attack of the offense. They have got to continue to just throw the ball, move people around, get Allen throwing the ball to Diggs, attack. The one thing that kills me with Brian Daboll he's still doing it. They did it last year in the playoff game to the Texans. They did it last year all year long. When Allen started to roll, they went conservative. And then when they started to open it up a lot, then Allen would miss some throws. They've got to continue to get that chemistry, but to stay consistent with attacking with the offense. Last week against Miami, the Bills were up, and they just completely shut it down and went conservative. And that was when Miami kept getting the ball back and eventually took the lead 20-17. Thank goodness for the Bills that their defense made a stop when they were up 17-13. They made a 4-down stop, Micah Hyde batting it away in the corner of the end zone before Miami then got the ball back and scored to take the lead. That was when Josh Allen was able to open it up off of Brian Daboll's play calls. The quick strike to Stephon Diggs down the field. They take it down and score on third down, hit Gabe Davis in the back of the end zone, and then when they got the ball back, Allen struck again to John Brown. Why did Brian Daboll stop with the attacking offense? It should never be stopped. It's a pass league, and you want to see, this is the year where you've added Stephon Diggs as a number one, you've got John Brown, Cole Beasley, you got a potpourri of tight ends, you got a bunch of weapons, you have a red zone target in Gabe Davis, you got Devin Singletary. Attack. To me, that's number one. Number two, while you're attacking on offense, oh, baby, Mitch Morse, Deion Dawkins, hello, offensive line. you got to know where Aaron Donald is at all times. This guy is one of the best defensive players I have ever seen in my lifetime. And I'm 40 years old, and I've seen Lawrence Taylor. I've seen Reggie White. I've seen Bruce Smith. I've seen Deion Sanders and Ray Lewis and all the rest. He's as good as it gets, Aaron Donald. He's going to be drawing a lot of double teams, and so therefore could free somebody else up on the D-line to get after the quarterback in Josh Allen. The Bills have got to be aware of Aaron Donald at all times. So one thing with Aaron Donald that he has in comparison with guys that I mentioned, Smith, White, Lawrence Taylor, etc., the Brian Urlachers, the Ray Lewises, the J.J. Watts in their prime, and way before that, like Dick Butkus type, Mean Joe Green, Ray Nitschke type of players, you have to literally game plan around one player. And I've talked to a ton of football people about this. I've talked to the Lawrence Tyneses. I've talked to the Richmond Webbs. Richmond Webb came on my podcast last month, and he talked about his battles with Bruce Smith in the 90s against the Buffalo Bills. He said it was basically just a full game of hell trying to block Bruce Smith. Offensive coordinators stay up at night trying to figure out a way to game plan against these type of guys. And make no mistake about it, Aaron Donald is that guy for the LA Rams. I think the third key for the Buffalo Bills is going to be to get major contributions from two guys up front. And again, Ed Oliver was also limited at practice on Thursday as well. But two main guys, and it could be any two guys up front. Because if you can get extra defensive pressure and you can get to Goff quicker, you can stop the run quicker, it will then allow the linebackers to breathe a little bit, especially if Malone Edmonds aren't in there. The Bills need defensive help up front. I'm looking at you, Jerry Hughes, and I'm looking at you, Trent Murphy. Whoever, if Ed Oliver's healthy, could be him and Hughes. It could be Ed Oliver and Murphy. Whoever it is, Addison, if he's healthy, could be Addison and Hughes. They need two guys up front to pound and stomp on Jared Goff, so that then that brings pressure back, and the linebackers don't have to do a ton. Levi Wallace isn't left on an island. The safeties don't have to try and come up with 2-3 turnovers to keep the Buffalo Bills in the football game. They need a couple of guys up front to be those dominant players. So having said all of that, obviously I have to pick the Bills every single week because, as you've noticed, I got to do my Shirt Rip Sundays, and in Shirt Rip Sunday, you pick the Buffalo Bills because, frankly, nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. So throw me the Bills in a close one here. We're going to go 24-20, a victory in Orchard Park. The Bills then would move to 3-0, and obviously I'm looking at those things as the keys to the game. I'm also looking at the injury report from yesterday where guys were limited and the like. And, again, a home game is a lot different. I would pick the Bills by double digits at home if they had Bills Mafia. But, again, it's going to be a very different situation not playing in front of the home crowd in Western New York. Make sure you download and subscribe to my podcast. It's called the ML Sports Platter, all over the major platforms like Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts, as well as Stitcher, Deezer, and anywhere else you get your podcasts on your smartphone device. 5-star reviews and feedback are so appreciated. It does help spread the word for the podcast. In the meantime, get on down here to Rosie's Corner. It's a Fish Friday. You can get your entree, you can get your sandwich, you can get your pizza, pasta, hot and cold subs, and more. I would recommend, by the way, the chicken wings here, outstanding. Gold Fever, mild, or garlic parm. Come on down and grab everything at Rosie's. You see the menus right there behind me. They'll deliver it to you, or you can pick it up. Make sure you like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram for updates as well. And oh, by the way, they are available on Grubhub and Grab brownies and cookies for dessert. They have Pepsi products, salads, and more in the coolers as well. Jason, Jody, and the gang doing a tremendous job here at Rosie's Corner, a proud ML Sports Platter sponsor. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.